That's what this car is made for. Business appropriate individuals who also want to have fun. Second gear chirp. Like, it's quiet, but you can hear the nice J-Series tone. That's what I've always liked about Acuras and Hondas. True driver's cars that you can drive every day, that give you that sporty experience. That's almost supercar-like. Not with the speed, but with the handling.
Everybody keep your head up. I know that everybody fed up. See, the world is not a safe place. Gotta keep a smile up on your face. Believe in the God of black. Gotta believe in the God of black. Gotta believe in the God of black. Just believe in the God of black. Word up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I used to always tell myself that the best surprises come when you least expect them. And if you know me, I've wanted an Acura / Honda for a very long time. I wanted one especially as a daily driver. So let me introduce to you guys my new to me 2003 Acura CL Type S with the rare 6-speed manual transmission combo. Let's get into it. So allow me to further go more into detail and elaborate on why I like the Acura CL and Acura as a whole. And it actually started when I was a kid. So around the age I was 4, 5, 6, as far as I can recollect, like around that age, my uncle had a 1998 Acura CL 2.3. It was the first generation. It was a Milano red. I'll throw an image on the screen so it looked exactly like how I'm depicting, but it looked exactly like that. It was a Milano red, 2-door Acura CL. This is before they made Type S and all that other stuff. But it was a first generation Acura CL, and I remember being a kid in the backseat of that car, and I just remember just like the smell, the leather, I just remember the overall design. It was a very, I'll say, ingenious design. Like, it was a very interesting design, and it was a very early moment in my life where that fostered my love for Acura, specifically the CL, and things kind of escalated as I got a little older. And if you've been a long time watcher of my channel, you know that I had an SC300 in 1999. So I already kind of described my liking for the Acura CL a little bit in that video, but this was supposed to be the car I should have bought before the SC300 because I wanted the daily and I wanted something different. Now, mind you, I do like all types of cars, but I always just wanted an Acura, and it really was because of my uncle. The influence from my uncle having that Acura CL, for some reason, it did something to me as a kid to where growing up I would see a bunch of Acura commercials. I mean, I would look up a bunch of cars as a kid, like Kia commercials, Honda commercials, Nissan commercials, but Acura and Honda commercials always stood out to me the most. And I always liked the badging and, I guess, like, how should I say it, like the promotional ads that they would make. It was very, very, very interesting, and it captivated a lot of my attention. And guys, I'm gonna be fully transparent. Growing up, I actually did not like the second generation design of the Acura CL as much as the first gen. The first gen just had more of a classy, timeless look, but as time has gone on, I really learned to appreciate the second generation design, which is right in front of you guys right here. Acura CL, I really like this design. It's grown on me a lot, because I would play a game called Gran Turismo 4. Now, I know some of you guys have heard about that game. Some of you guys have played the game. I think it's the best Gran Turismo they ever made. And I remember I saw in the Acura section, Acura CL Type S. And I was like, dang, this is the same car that my uncle has. But just the nameplate. It wasn't the same design. It wasn't the same generation even. And like I said, they didn't even make the Type S for the first generation. But I remember driving this car, and the sound, the look, it always stuck with me. And this is back in like 2011, 2012. But yeah, like that was a long time ago. But this car has always stood out to me. I'm a big 2000s guy, man. I love 2000s cars. I live in the 2000s when it comes to music, when it comes to vehicles, when it comes to everything about life, honestly. I'm just really into the 2000s a lot. The thing about the second generation CL that's more appealing to me than the first gen is because you can get a lot more things, at least to me, out of this chassis than the first gen. The first gen, you can only get the V6 paired with an automatic 4-speed. Now, the V6 isn't bad, but I like the sound of the J32A2 more. Secondly, the interior. The interior of this car is absolutely beautiful. I love the white face gauges. I love the gauges in general, the whole setup, the seats, the interior, everything that has just been designed to accommodate this interior, especially for like the UA5 generation, second generation TL. It's just been so elegant, timeless, and it's so driver's focused. It's sporty, but not really compromising any comfortability whatsoever. It's really nice. So that's the thing I really like about this interior. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the first generation Acura CL interior a lot, but this, oh man, this is next level. I'm gonna be honest. Let me show you guys what this interior looks like, because I haven't shown you guys what it truly looks like yet. But how you see the condition of this car, that's how I basically bought it. Now, yes, the floor mat's kind of dirty because I placed my feet up on there. But everything else, like, there's no rip in the seats and the leather. The bolsters are nice. There's no scratches on the screen. The steering wheel is nice. The buttons are kind of faded, but I mean, those are buttons. Come on, they still have good function. Shifter's not bad. Put the seat back. Both of the front seats are actually motorized, so they just move up as soon as you pull that latch there, which is actually really nice. Back seats look like they've never been sat in. Legit. Clean. One owner vehicle. And that's mainly why I bought this car, because I don't think I'll be able to ever find another Acura CL Type S 6-speed for this price. I don't think I ever will, because I've seen the market. I've wanted this car for a long time, guys. I'm not exaggerating. Before I had the SC, this was the car I wanted, or an Acura RL. But to really experience that J-Series sound, or I would say Honda Acura experience, I wanted to get one of these in a 6-speed manual. Specifically, I did not want an automatic because they have issues and stuff like that, but I just wanted a manual car. And me coming across this car, I got very fortunate for sure, and I could not pass it up. Let me show you guys why I think, to me, Acura and Honda is my favorite when it comes to making V6 motors. This sound that you get out of this engine, I don't want to do any sort of exhaust. I really don't like how people do the J-Series exhaust, or exhaust on J-Series motors, J30, J32, J35, J37. This is the J32A2, and literally just with an intake, it's the coolest sound ever. To me, it's like, it's just so sick, man. I can't. I don't know how I can really even explain it. But it is the best V6 sound to me ever. And I know there's probably some people in the comments that are going to be like, or you're probably just thinking right now, I mean, you probably have the Alfa Romeo, the Busso V6, and you got the VQ35, VQ37, and a bunch of other things you could say. But I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, this is the best sounding V6 if you just do an intake. I don't want to do an exhaust. And my plan for this car, honestly, is to keep it mainly original. And you're probably wondering, why the hell you say original when you're just going to do an intake? Well, I gotta do something. I gotta do something, but I love how these motors sound with an intake. A simple intake sound, the induction noise is really, really cool. It's entertaining. Now, my GS300, it does have a turbo, it's NAT setup, but naturally aspirated, that car is very underwhelming. That's also one of the reasons why I was kind of hesitant on buying that car, because even though that is my childhood dream car, the sound of it is not really too exciting. It's not exciting, it's not entertaining. That's why I looked at other cars like the CL as a car I've wanted. This is a car I really wanted. I wanted a TL, I wanted an RL, but it's the entertaining sound of that J-Series motor. It's something you can't get out of the 2JZ GE motor. You can't. Now, if you put a turbo on it, okay, that's a different story. Different world. To me, best sound, cool. But this sound right here, if you just do an intake, even alone, oh man, it's the best thing ever to me. And that's why I mainly have liked Honda and Acura. And if it really wasn't for my love with the GS300 growing up, I think I would honestly be an Acura Honda person the most. And this is coming from someone who likes rear-wheel drive. I like rear-wheel drive the most. I like 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders the most, to be honest, or mainly inline 6. That's my preference. But this motor right here is amazing. The J-Series line, just anything up from the J32A2 is the best. My personal opinion, like I said, no hard feelings. But yeah, I've had this car for 2 weeks now, almost 2 weeks. Car's been really good. How I bought the car, I have basically driven it the same way. I drove it literally 40 minutes from where I bought it. It has been nothing but dead reliable. It's cool. Now I want to get some maintenance out the way, so I didn't record it, but I did do power steering, I did do an oil change, I did do my cabin air filter, and I did my engine air filter as well. The thing is, it's leaking a little bit from under the car, so I think it's coming from a power steering line or something. This whole J series stuff is new to me because this is a new car. You know, when I had the SC, it was the same motor as the GS, so I kind of knew what I was doing. The transmission was different. It was a 4-speed instead of the 5-speed in the GS, but I mean, it's pretty familiar. It's pretty simple. This is a completely different platform, but I've kind of accumulated some knowledge over the years, and I'm not saying I'm no expert, but I could at least work around some things, but I don't want to be a dummy, so I'm gonna make sure I go to the right people and have the right knowledge to tell me to do some things, like timing belt, because I think this thing is gonna need a timing belt pretty soon. Hasn't been done in about 7 years or so, 7 years, but I mean, it's not bad though. Car runs smooth, it's quiet. That's what I like, because the GS, it's loud, but I mean, that's what I want it to be. I want it to be loud, it's boosted, it's cool. But this car, I want to keep the stock exhaust. I just want to keep it as a nice, reliable daily I can drive anywhere. And driving manual is really fun, really fun. But yeah, J32A2, this car is about 191,000 miles, all original, one owner car. Very clean. We got some rust spots here and there, but the frame is clean. There's no rust on the frame. And this was a garage kept car too. So I feel like I stole this thing because of how nice it is. I'll show you guys what the trunk looks like too. That's what I do every time I get a new car, right? I show you guys everything. But yeah, the trunk in this car, same. You got some like little dirt spots there. I actually cleaned the carpet. I cleaned the whole interior of the car when I cleaned the exterior too. But you got your net. I put these in here just to make it smell a little bit better, but I mean, this was supposed to be in the car, but I took it out specifically for the video, for the interior shots. But yeah, you got your thing right there. I actually forgot what that's called, but whatever. But you got your floor jack or scissor jack, whatever you want to call it. Put that back. All right. Under here, this is something you probably won't see in a lot of cars nowadays. But spare tire, and don't mind all the other stuff like the wheel locks and the jumper cables. I just put that in there just in case. So yeah, but the thing has original tire. I cleaned everything in here too, so it's relatively clean. I mean, I think I still gotta do a lot more cleaning, but all original, and that's what I wanted. All original. I didn't want anything beat up, didn't want anything that's been, you know, messed up, anything like that. Man, I love this car. I'm sick. But there are a couple of flaws with this car, and I'm gonna tell you right now. So if you guys aren't aware, Honda and Acura in the 90s and 2000s, and I think a little bit in the 2010s, they had a little bit of a paint clear coat issue. So you can kind of see that the paint is not the best, but you can't really tell. Can't tell. But the paint here on the bumper is a little bit messed up. The trunk is a little bit messed up. On the spoiler, you got some faded paint. It reminds me of my EK, because I had an EK hatch as my first car. It was my grandma's car. Learned how to drive on it. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But yeah, this whole side has some faded paint, but it's not bad. And honestly, for a car that was driven, it's not bad. I've seen way worse. But yeah, you got some on the fender here. You got some on the trunk. Well, not trunk. This is the hood. You can't really see much on the hood though, actually. And I washed this car about a week ago. But it's just been so much weather that has just knocked this clean look off, so it just kind of looks a little dirty. But the wheels are nice. This was an elderly owned car. I don't see any curb rash on any of these rims, ladies and gentlemen. That's cool. Headlights definitely need to be cleared out, so I gotta take care of that. The bumper's a little bit messed up. You can't really tell. I don't even think you noticed until I pointed it out here, but it has a little bit of a dent here, but you could easily get that popped out. So I'll do that. Has some faded paint on the fender here too, but it's not bad. The overall shape of this car, I had to really sit on it for a second. I had to really think and process, like, man, should I really get this car? But yeah, because I'm like I said, I'm not gonna find another one for what I bought it for. So Acura only made this thing in the manual transmission for the 2003 model year. They did not offer fog lights for this car, and they only made about 3,500 units around there. My color is Nighthawk Black Pearl, and with the navigation package, they only made around 280 something around. It's definitely in the 200s. I don't have the navigation package, unfortunately, and nowadays you gotta take what you can get. So I have no navigation package, but they made about 500 units, so it's a pretty rare car. So 1 out of 500 in total, 1 out of 3,500, which makes this the rarest Acura ever, the rarest Acura they've ever made, because they made more NSXs. Without further ado, let's actually step in the CL. Let's take it on a little bit of a drive. And I love this steering wheel. I love this interior. I've always wanted an Acura. Like, it's so nostalgic being in this car, because like I said, I mean, my uncle did not have a second gen like this. He had a first gen. I've always imagined seeing this badge as a daily driver. I've always wanted to see that Acura badge. This interior, the gauges, like, it's so 2000s, because in the 2000s, like, I'll give a few examples. Contour SVT, Ford Contour SVT, Dodge Neon SRT4, Dodge Caliber SRT4, they had white face gauges. Or Forward Focus SVT as well, a little bit of a throwback. They had white face gauges. Nissan, I think it was the Sentra SCR, Nissan Sentra SCR, Nissan Maxima SE. For the sporty versions of those cars, they had white face gauges. So it's really a 2000s throwback, and people love these gauges. I love them a lot. Now I got the key here. We're gonna put it into the ignition, and this is probably the most nostalgic part about the whole thing. That classic Acura Honda dinger. Oh man, like that classic Honda Acura dinger. It takes me back to when my uncle had the CL. It takes me back to when I had the EK Civic. I love that. It's like you're going on a spaceship or something. It's like you're getting ready for flight. Pushing the clutch, make sure it's a neutral. I already made sure, you guys saw. I didn't have the clutch pushing all the way. But I love the tone whenever you start it up though. It's so nice. It has a nice growl to it. But it's quiet, that's what I want. I wanted a quiet daily, and this is what it is. It's quiet. It has like a nice growl to it, but it's not anything obnoxious. It's quiet. It runs like a clock. It's smooth, like you can hear it. It's smooth. I love it. Yeah, this interior is just something else, man. And oh, I forgot to mention, I replaced the window regulator from YouTube. So I got a working window now. I'm so obsessed with this interior. I got my CD player so I can finally play my CDs, because of my GS I can't, because that CD player is broken. Yeah, what a car, man. I don't think I really have driven manual one-handed in a long time, so let's do this. Fun fact, guys, I actually learned how to drive manual on my own. So 7 years ago, I wanted all types of cars like the Chaser, JZX100, WRXs, R33 Skylines. I wanted a lot of cars when I was 15, and I wanted to learn how to drive manual. I've never had an instructor or anybody teach me how to drive manual. I taught myself. So I taught myself from videos I saw online, and then I got my job like 3 years ago. I stalled 5 times when I was learning how to drive manual, taking a car out of a parking spot. Eventually got the hang of it, learned a little more proper driving etiquette, but driving manual is really nice. It's really fun. I'm still trying to get a little bit more familiar with the biting point with this car, but it's so simple. You know, Hondas and Acuras, they make some of the best shifters. It's so communicative, it's so direct. Everything about Hondas and Acuras are just so driver's focused, even in just their normal cars. That's the thing about it, and that's the beauty about Honda and Acura. They're really well put together vehicles. They're really well designed. But we're just cruising in first gear now. We're actually going to go to some back roads here so I can really show you guys how this thing is. But we'll just do a little bit of probably 1 to 2. I'm not going to really beat on the car because, no, I just want to take care of it. But that sound is just so cool. Like, it's quiet, but you can hear the nice J-Series tone. It's everything I love about it. And then when VTEC hits, oh, that's when the fun starts. And you guys will see that pretty soon. But yeah, I've gotten used to the interior. The interior of this car is something I don't think I'll ever get tired of. It's very, very iconic. Give you guys a little pull, but I don't like beating on this car, but I'll just do it for the video here. Second gear chirp. It's fun. It's really fun. 260 horsepower this car had back in 2003. Now, they released the Type S, I think, in 2000 or 2001. I believe it's 2001. So the regular J32A1 had 225, just as much as the 2JZG and the GS300. I'm sorry if I have to keep making correlations to that motor, but I mean, it's the car I have. But yeah, it had 225 compared to this car having 260. It's a good jump. And I think I had 232 pound-feet of torque. Really solid numbers for 2003 or 2001 because they had the motor in 2001. I love how fast the sunroof goes back. Watch this. I'm telling you, everything works. Oh, first gear. All right. I've gotten a lot better when it comes to getting off the line. Clutch control, that was not a good shift. Clutch input wasn't that good. It's a very calming car to drive though. It's silent, and that's what I like. It's silent, but you get a little bit of noise too. Has a lot of attitude, a lot of character, and that's the thing about Acura when it comes to their DNA with Type S and Type R, with Honda's Type R and Acura's Type S. I typically just like to let it coast on downhills. It's just my way of driving, I guess, when it comes to manual. This car is very, very satisfying to drive. A little bit of scenery here. Gotten a little bit better with rev matching too. When I got this car and I was taking it home, I did not rev match at all. And I looked at a little more videos to give me a refresher on driving manual, and I've gotten it down to the T pretty well in the past week. But I haven't been on this back road in a minute. That's what this car's made for. Business appropriate individuals who also want to have fun. So on your way to work, at your corporate job in 2003, you have your suit and tie on and all that. And if you got some back roads, you got the perfect car to do it. I just put it in neutral. I thought I was gonna go the third. Just let it coast, why not though? Yeah, so I mean, you got the nice seats to keep you in. The bolsters are nice. The steering is very direct. The car just speaks to you. It's an Acura, it's a Honda. It's what it's made to do. Literally just letting it coast. That's all you gotta do though. Very enjoyable vehicle. Steering is so tight. It's heavy, but it's not like unsatisfyingly heavy. So you can feel the road. That's what I've always liked about Acuras and Hondas. True driver's cars that you can drive every day, that give you that sporty experience. That's almost supercar-like. Not with the speed, but with the handling. When when I initiate that turn signal, it just takes me back to my EK Civic, man. Everything about this car, it's like a reminder of a lot of things. My uncle's car, my old Civic. It's just so nostalgic. And the shifter too, the shifter linkage, everything is just so connected. You feel very connected to the road in this car. Very enjoyable experience. I love it. Don't try this at home. I want to shift, but I'm doing it this one-handed. Struggled getting into fifth gear for a second. I was like, what the hell? It's such a smooth, deep note that I will just never get bored of. It's the reason why my two favorite brands of all time, I have a lot of brands I like. My two favorite brands are really Honda and Toyota, or Lexus and Acura. And the influence all started from being a youngin', being a kid. And that's the most humbling part about it all. I've not been on this road in a minute, so it definitely feels different, especially in a different car like this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that just about concludes my video and my introduction for my new daily, my 2003 Acura CL Type S 6-speed manual. This was completely unexpected. I was not expecting to buy a car this soon. Now, I did think about buying a car a few months ago, but I just want to save a little bit more money, and I just needed to find the right car. Now, I was looking at this car, like I said, but I was also looking at the RL because it has the J35 and it has a nice sound. The J-Series motors have a nice sound. It's just that I've just always been into the CLs the most. And I feel like I just couldn't have let this car go. So when I saw this car in person, I didn't want to let it go. So I thought about it for a second. As soon as I saw it, took it for a drive, I had to get it. So this is pretty much a childhood dream come true, a car filled with nostalgia, a little bit more than my GS300, because if you guys don't know, if you guys are new to my channel, this is, well, the GS300 was my childhood dream car. That was my first car out of all automobile history I've wanted. That was the first car I ever wanted. But this car is actually kind of second. It's never really been a dream car, but a dream Acura this has been my dream Acura for a very, 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 very long time. And dreams do come true, man, for sure. Just work hard and just be fortunate. Try to have good things happen into your life. I mean, you can't really control everything, but you gotta try your best to get the best possible experiences. But this car definitely, it may seem unassuming, but I don't care. This car holds a lot of nostalgia. The drive, the seats, the smell, even down to when I insert the key into the ignition. It takes me back to being a kid in my uncle's Acura CL back in 2008. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for staying by. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.